What's your favorite part about my new truck?
Oh, I can sit up front
Why can you sit up front?
because you can turn off the airbag.
Nice. Excited to come work for the first time this summer?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna make some money?
Yeah. That was my goal?
That's your goal?
Yeah.
What do you have to offer?
Huh?
What do you have to offer?
Oh. Helping out.
Helping out? Do you have experience with anything?
Not really.
Are you good at anything?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Baseball? Are you good at baseball?
Yeah.
Well, that's not gonna help you today.
Yeah, I know.
Well, maybe tonight. Well, this is the job today. Got this maple here that's split up there and it's right above the driveway. It's not hanging on by much, it doesn't look. Yeah. Can understand why they're a little scared to walk under this or drive under it. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
How do we get it down?
I think you just cut where the split is.
Go up there and cut where the split is?
Yeah.
And then what? How do I get up there? You want me to climb it?
Well, I would think you would have some tools to climb it.
Okay. I do have tools to climb.
Yeah.
What would be the problem with climbing this tree though?
You might fall or break or something.
If I climb that tree and I cut it, do we even know what would happen? How would I keep myself safe?
Go on the other side.
Yeah, well, okay, you see that split in the tree right there?
Yeah.
Well, that's where my lanyard would go around, right? My lanyard, it holds me to the tree. I use my spikes to climb, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if that splits while my lanyard's around it?
You're gonna fall.
I'm gonna fall? No, I'm not gonna
No.
fall. If it splits wide open and my lanyard's around it, that means I get crushed to death.
Oh.
It would literally crush me like a slug. Like I would just be a potion up there, right? I can't put my lanyard around that. It's got a split in it. And then if I just touch that tree the wrong way and it decides to split with my lanyard around it, then I die and I don't even have a chance to get away.
Oh.
So we gotta be thinking a little smarter than that, right?
Just cut right there, right?
Well, we maybe could cut the bottom.
Yeah.
It's still dangerous though because that tree's gonna move. And you know, if that tree moves while I'm cutting it, what if it comes down while I'm cutting it, you know? There's a lot of stuff to consider here. We're hung up pretty good in this other tree. It's just an ash here. But it's hung up real good. It's probably gonna stay hung up. I don't know. We got some thinking to do here. Okay, here's my idea. Tell me what you think about it. I'm going to take my throw line. I'm going to throw it up over that tree right there. Okay? I'm going to toss it right over the part of that tree, just above where it's broken. Okay? And then I'm going to use that throw line to pull my bull rope up, my rigging rope up around it. Yeah? I'll tie a nice bowline knot in it. Yeah? And I'll pull my rope up tight around that part of the tree up there. And then from there, I'll tie it right to my truck or the winch. And I'll just see if we can just get it to snap off up there and fall. Okay? And we won't be under it when it falls. We'll be up the road somewhere. What do you think? Does that sound safer?
Yeah, I guess.
Or do you want me to still climb it and try to cut it up there? All right, let's get set up. All right, the first thing that we're gonna do here, right, is just like I've been doing, is make sure all this sticks and we don't want any twigs or anything on the ground here. We don't have a tarp or anything to put this on, so we're just gonna take the rope, and we're gonna flake it onto the ground like this. Okay, if If we just flake it onto the ground, then we know it's not gonna get tangled. You think I can get it first try?
I don't know.
Probably not. Ready? Come over this way a little bit. I don't like that branch either. Well, I don't know. It's been so long since I've done this. 1, 2. Oh, I nailed it. I nailed it first try, but you know what? I gotta keep it tight so it doesn't walk down. So will you shut the camera off and come help me? Okay, so now we've got this rope tied on to our throw line. The throw line goes over that part of the tree that we're looking to hook up there. Zoom in on that. Yeah, so now I'm going to keep this line tight because I don't want the rope to walk down too low on it. So I'm going to keep it tight as I try to pull this up and around. Okay, so I've just tied a bowline knot around here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, at some point it's going to have to lose tension, and I hope it doesn't walk down the tree because I don't really want it to walk into that crack. But if I let off, it's going to walk down. So I got to keep tension on this. Maybe we got to tie that rope. We got to put this throw line on here and just keep tension. Anyhow, I'm gonna pull this back up till it's tight around the tree, but if I let slack on this, it's gonna walk down. So I'm gonna try to keep tension on this. So I need another set of hands. So we'll come back to it after we get it tight. Ready? So we've quickly just changed strategy a bit. We switched it up, and we're gonna pull in this downward direction right here. Okay, I gotta make sure my snatch block is turned the right way here. See how it's I gotta get the rope. I gotta get it to pivot up because we're on the metal. You always have to watch for that when you're using a snatch block. You see, we're on the wheel on this side, and then this side we're against the metal, and that rope will just it will tear. So we have to be careful. I'm gonna flip this and get it to, sit on the rope like it's supposed to, or the rope have sit on the wheel like it's supposed to. But it's hard to see when we're tightening up from back there what's really going on. So I'll readjust it, and then we're going to get ready to pull. And then I think it ought to come right down. So we'll see. Okay, so we've got it. It's just clipping the metal here a bit. I'm going to try to pivot it just a little bit more. But I think that's pretty good. At least the rope's not going to shred or tear. So we're going to get ready to winch this in and see what happens. We're not too tight now, but just tight enough for the setup. Okay, you ready? Let's tighten up a little bit and see what happens. Yep. Some more. Okay, I didn't see anything, but I was hearing something. Are we hitting bark on a tree or something? Let's just check it out and make sure we're directed the right way. Yeah, the rope's running clean through there. Yeah, rope's running straight through now, so that's good. Okay, I think that we'll give it a little extra. Go ahead, tighten up a little more. Hold it. How tight are we? Oh, we're not so tight yet. Okay, give it a little more. It's starting to make sounds up there, okay? So this probably ain't gonna snap, but we're always gonna treat it like it will. Okay, so back up a little more. Hide right behind that tire. Up against the truck some more. Yeah, right there. And then we're just gonna give it a little at a time and see what happens, okay? Give it another little shot. Yeah, it's starting to crack. You hear it? Give it a little more.
The truck's starting to move.
Did the truck move?
A bit.
Yeah. All right, watch that tree.
Whoa.
We're pulling the whole stump of the tree. That's how much it's hooked on by. We're actually pulling straight down on it and it's not tearing. That's nuts. Oh, I can't believe it won't tear like that.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Holy smokes. I didn't have, it's barely held on there. Watch the whole thing settle back. The whole stump settles back. There's no way. Like I thought just pulling straight down on it like that was gonna rip it apart. It's on there good.
Yeah.
It still won't tear. That's a lot of pressure on there.
You broke the other tree.
It was actually just a clean break here. You can see it broke right below that connection to the winch, which I just, you know, when you turn a rope like that, they lose a lot of their strength. So it is smooth metal on there, and you know, this rope is old too, so I'm sure it doesn't have the same 14,000 pound rated, you know, rating that it needed, or that it, I'm sure it doesn't have the same 14,000 pound rating it did once have. But just wrapping it around like that, it does lose quite a bit when you turn it and you put a lot of pressure on it like that. It does lose quite a bit of braking strength. That's why they put these, you know, rope thimbles on here like that. But you know, I didn't really consider that because I didn't think it would take so much to bring that down. So looks like we have a new approach here. Okay, so we got a new plan. Obviously we couldn't just winch over that tree. I thought it was going to be easy, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So I know that that tree has enough resilience for me to work under it for a bit. So we still have the rope tied off after it snapped. We redid it, and now I'm going to go just do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to put a face cut, and then I'm going to do a back release plunge cut. So I'll do the face cut, the plunge cut, then I'm going to go back and tighten up on that winch. And then I'll release it, and we're going to pull the tree not quite perfectly in the direction of the rope, but I'm just gonna try to lay it down into the driveway a little bit so it will twist and hopefully pull that top out of the trees with it. That's the plan. So I'm gonna get after it. I don't have my carbide chain today, so I should cut a little better. It's not a brand new chain, but it still cuts a lot better than that carbide piece of junk. So now I'm going to tighten up on the winch a bit.
Yeah.
Just so it can't settle back. We got just a little pressure, right? Just a little, right? That's all we need. Little. Okay, now I'm going to go finish my cut. Still got me.
What did?
It still pinched me. Hold on.
Oh.
Fuck. Oh. I didn't want that to happen. Now my saw is pinched in there. It sat down on it, which I didn't want it to do. I thought I could just wedge it like that and get it to hold, but it still sat. So I'm going to winch it a tiny bit. Let's see if I can relieve the pressure on my saw. Okay, I've got a tiny bit now. Now I'm going to go retrieve my saw before I pull it over. Listen, guys, it happens to everyone. Everybody gets pinched once in a while. For crying out loud. Probably nothing would have happened to my saw if I left it there, but you know, it's my baby and I don't want to pay $1,000+ for another saw. I felt like I could get up there safely and get it, so now we're just going to pull it over with the winch. Fuzzy, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready. Do the honors. Oh, we don't have much tension on it. Go ahead. Stop. Okay, now we're starting to get tension on it, so don't, just chill out for a minute. But it really doesn't want to drop that way. I didn't line up that face cut. I didn't line it up. Because I didn't really want it to pull it into that tree. I wanted to pull it, you know, have it fall into this gap here. So, obviously it doesn't want to fall into that gap though, does it? We haven't even opened up the back cut really. I mean, it's sitting up just a bit, but I'm pulling, you know, we're pulling just off direction, right? Ideally we would have pulled it, you know, from that birch tree over there, but I thought just a little bit of effort would have got it to go. But you know, it's really tip hung up there, and sometimes these trees just get used to staying up out of habit. So, but we'll get it. Okay, so we got the winch tight. It's still not quite nudging it over. We're lifted a little bit. Obviously I don't want to snap my rope again. I'm going to go put another wedge in the back of the tree and just see what it does. Come on. All right. Now we're gonna see what happens. I don't know if the winch is holding it up or not. I feel like we're pulling too much from the side. This tree should go over easily. Watch. Let's see what happens when I let off. So it wants to go settle back still. Let me go. I mean, it wants to do something here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Creaking and popping. What's it going to do? That's crazy. Okay, let's go beside the truck and I'll just tension a little more on it.
Okay.
I can't believe that's not going over. I mean, I've got it cut pretty much through. I've just got a little strap of hinge there holding it. This is how it goes sometimes though.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, beside the truck. See it?
Mm-hmm.
You can zoom right in. Hold your hand against the mirror so you can steady. It's gotta go. It has to go. What the heck is it even doing? Bro, just go. Oh my word, this is ridiculous. We're putting a lot of pressure on that other tree as we do it. It doesn't want to be up in the air anymore, does it? It wants to come down. Hit it. It's going to come down.
We took the whole tree.
Jeez. That was ridiculous. Come on, let's go look at it. Alright, so we got a decent hinge on here. I wanted to keep it a little bit more sturdy. I probably could have gone a little thinner on it, but you know, I thought since I was pulling with the winch, I could manage to have that hinge a little thicker. But yeah, I wanted to pull it this way because I wanted it to have enough room when it fell to pull out of those trees. And if I dropped it straight in, it was just gonna hang up even more. So that's why I was trying to drop it this way. And obviously I still don't have enough slack. So now, you know, I still got my rope on it, and what I gotta do is pull this tree. You know, I'll just pull it. I got my snatch block here, and I'll just switch it over to this tree over here, this maple, and I'll pull this whole tree that way to get it to fall out of that tree, and then we'll cut it out of the road. Okay, now we've got this thing just sitting up here, tip hung, and we gotta try to get it down. So I moved the snatch block over to here, which is pretty much directly in line with the pole, and I've just gotta try to get it to go that way a couple feet. it can be a pain to get these things. It takes a lot of pressure when these things stab in like this sometimes. So we're just gonna try it and see if it'll work. And if it doesn't, we'll have to do something else. All right, we can't get it to pull because it's stuck so far in the dirt. So I've got a notch in it here. I got my rope on the top to help hold tension on this thing. I don't want it to just swing freely into the gap here. I want to hold tension and if anything, try to let it go slowly. And then I'll always have a rope on here where I can kind of like pull it back and try to get it out of those trees. What I don't want it to do is hang up and just be like a stick in the air, which, you know, I don't think that would happen, but it's happened before, and it could happen again. So I'm just going to release this. I'm going to cut back, leave a bit of a hinge on here. I'll do it from that side. That's the safest side, and I'll be ready to move out of the way, and we'll see what's going to happen. Okay, go ahead and winch on it. Hold up. Boy, we had a lot of that tree buried in the ground. That's why it wouldn't come. I think we ought to be able to pull this one now, hopefully, since it's not buried so much. Okay, I'm going to move out of the way. And then you winch it a bit. We'll see if we can pull it out. Go ahead. Yeah, a little more. Some more. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, we're doing good here. Keep it going. Yeah, if you see the tree keep moving, keep going until I tell you stop, okay? I hope we're not stuck in that hole. Try it some more. Oh, we're going in the hole. Shoot. Give it a little more. A little more. A little more. Some more. Oh, keep stubborn. Some more. I think we got it. Keep going. Some more. Boy, she's really hung up, huh? Yeah. I think we got it. I'll pull it some more. Even more. Oh. Some more. Keep it going. Yep, keep going. Okay, well that's all there is. I mean, wow. Wow.
Take another tree with us?
Sometimes it does, but it didn't on that one. It just takes some limbs and stuff. Boy, that one didn't want to come down, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's what happens when a tree is tip hung like that. You think the tips of the trees and the branches don't hold that tight, but they do. And sometimes if you get a real big heavy tree, it'll take a tree like that and just splinter it. It'll blow the tree up.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen it. Wow, okay. Well, we finally got it to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
As safely as we could. Look out.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. We'll cut it up out of the road now.
Yeah. Can I cut one?
No.
Oh.
Definitely not. Do you think you can run that saw?
Yeah.
Go pick the saw up.
So.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, so hold the throttle with your right hand.
What's the throttle?
Hold it in the back.
Oh.
There you go. You think you could run that?
I mean, I could do one.
You could do one, that saw would kill you. If I let you run that saw, you would die today. I'm not even joking. When you're older.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, you definitely could do it when you're older. Tree cutting is inherently dangerous. You got to know what you're doing. You have to listen. You have to see what the tree does. Sometimes it's unpredictable. I had no idea that tree would hold up there like that. And you know, when I was pulling on it, I didn't realize it was going to take so much effort to get it down. So we were just learning as we were going. We started conservative and safe, out of the way, just winching it. That didn't work. We had to move on. But then I realized the tree was strong enough for me to get under it and actually work under it. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's down. It was done. We don't even have a scratch on us. It took us a little longer than we thought, about an hour and a half to get it on the ground and, you know, buck it up. It's enough to roll it off the road so the homeowner can get through. You know, there's just, I'm not hiding anything on this video, so some of it is going to look sketchy. And I'm a doer. I'm always going to be a doer. I'm always going to find a way to get things done. I'm not going to die cutting trees. It's just not the way I'm going to go, unfortunately. I'd like to go tragically, but it's just not going to happen. And then there's safety people that wear all the safety gear, and they're always perseverating about stuff and never getting anything done. I'm not a safety guy. I'm a doer, and I find a way to get things done without getting hurt. And this is just how I do it. I'm not teaching you how to cut trees. Just showing you how I did it. There are plenty of other videos with professionals on YouTube you could watch cutting trees. If you want to learn how to kill yourself cutting a tree, go watch Bob Vila's video on cutting trees. Bob Vila doesn't know how to cut a tree.